Okay, so I did 2 horses in Chatsworth already, and I'm heading to Spirit now. It's supposed to start raining at like 11, so I'm trying to get as much as I can get done before the rain starts. And I've been getting a lot of feedback from my videos, so I know people are watching them and learning from them and thinking about them, and that's awesome. That's, really why I'm doing them. I want you guys to be getting stuff out of them and learning and all of that. So if you have any requests of things that you guys would like to learn more about, or that you want me to do a little video on, please write them below and I will try to respond and get them done. All right, hope you guys are having a good day, and I'll keep you updated today. See what the rain does. Hey, so I am just cooling out Catalina, and I got some video of her today. So Catalina is 11 this year. This is a horse that I have had kind of off and on. I started her as a 3-year-old. She got sold a couple of times. Today I kind of want to show you the development of her trot. She's a horse that when she was young, she was very tense and had like a very tight pony trot. Over the years, we've worked with several people like Morton Thompson, and we've really been able to develop an amazing trot out of her. So I'm going to kind of show you today like her warm-up trot, or the trot that you'd see her do on the lunge line, and then how we've been able to develop that into a really expressive collected trot, and also a really good piaffe and passage. So it's a process. It takes a long time, but it is possible. Okay, so here I'm starting out, and I'm kind of still in my warm-up trot. So you can see I've in a little bit of a lower, longer frame, and this is kind of her ordinary trot. You can see it's a good trot. It has a clear 1-2 rhythm to it, but it's not an extravagant trot yet. So in the warm-up, I'm just kind of working on the connection, that I have a little bit of a steady contact on both sides of her mouth, that she's staying straight between my legs. And then little by little, I start making some half halts and getting a little more expression. Like you can see right there, I made a half halt, and all of a sudden her front knees come a little bit more up, and I get a little bit more expression in that trot. So a couple things are really important when you're trying to develop the trot. The first thing is the tempo that you pick. So the tempo that you pick is a little bit slower than the trot that she was doing before. So it's a little bit more the tempo that you would have for a passage. And then I'm also really focusing closely on the connection, that I keep a steady contact on both sides of her mouth, and that as I'm making like some little pushes from my leg and some little half halts in my hand, that her head stays steady, and that she doesn't come too high or too low in her pull. So I'm kind of going back and forth. Here I'm going posting trot. I'm letting the trot just get a little bit flatter, although it's still a very good trot. So this is kind of her more normal trot. And then here you see I sit the trot, I bring her pull up, I put my leg on, I ride some half halts, and you can see the expression that comes in that. So her front knees are coming a little more high. She gets a little bit more swing and suspension in her trot than she naturally offers. The next challenge is to be able to take this suspension into the lateral work. So here I'm riding a little bit of shoulder into the right and trying to keep that exact same tempo, that exact same cadence, and that same swing. For any of you guys that have developed a trot before, this is the hard part. It's easy to get this swinging trot on a straight line. Then you try to take it into a shoulder in and a half pass, and suddenly you realize how difficult that is. So here again, I'm doing a little baby half pass, but I'm just really focusing on the tempo, that the tempo doesn't change, and that I can push her a little bit sideways in it without losing the cadence or the swing in the trot. So here I'm working a little more towards the half steps, and you can see how talented this horse is, that she can really fold her hindquarters under. She can really lift up in her withers and in her front knees. And this is all developed. I mean, when she was a young horse, she didn't have any of these tendencies. So it's through training that we've been able to take a horse with a good trot, but not a lot of expression in her trot, and create a lot of expression and a lot of specialness to her trot. So really taking a normal horse and making her special, and that's possible. It takes a lot of years, it takes a lot of persistence, but you can end up with something really cool at the end. Okay, we're all soaking wet. But here's the good thing about riding in the rain, is that it kind of automatically tucks your horse's head in and their butt under. That's the positive. The negative is when you can no longer hold on to your reins because your gloves and your reins are so wet that everything's sliding. But I love riding in the rain. Actually, I just love riding, so there's that. And Sylvia X is officially rain broke.